guys, how you doing? This is Samo. Hey, I just want to tell you what's going on. As you may know, that Greece is going through some financial collapse, bankruptcy, so forth. They're trying to get a bailout, and meanwhile, while that's happening, just now, China had a stock market crash, and this one article says that this is the biggest stock market crash since the Great Depression. That's what this article says about China. And it says that it's nearly $3 trillion wiped out of Chinese stock markets. So that's pretty huge. That's happening. But also, just not too long ago, New York Stock Exchange, they were shut down for 2 hours. They're saying it's due to United was forced to ground all flights nationwide, so they blame it on a computer glitch that happened, not a cyber attack, which is kind of interesting. So we have Greece now going through a financial collapse here, and then you have China now having a financial crisis here. And now something's pinning toward the New York Stock Exchange, which is kind of weird. And it kind of reminds me back in 2007, 2008, when we had that stock market crash, and a lot of people lost their jobs and homes and so forth. But I remember Greece was going through the same situation that was happening there, and it was like a domino effect. So same thing here in 2015, we've got Greece with a situation. And now we have China, and now something's happening with the New York Stock Exchange. So it doesn't look good. I know for let's say that if a collapse did happen in America or U.S. whatever, this one article says about Greece that if they don't resolve the situation, they're fearing for riots to break out, and you can always tell by the attention of people not being able to get their money from banks and stuff. So there's a lot of frustration and anger that's happening. So that's what they're fearing, and it kind of reminds me right now, as far as with all the J-Helm and the military training that's happening here. Could it be that they're getting ready for riots and a lot of looting and that kind of stuff? So they would have to have some kind of containment to happen. So that's just my theory, it seems like, on that. Now let's look at the Bible situation here. One thing that comes to my mind, I know I did an article once, broadcast on Babylon. Not saying that America is Babylon, but this is kind of interesting about the Babylon in chapter 17 and 18. But the verse I'm looking at is chapter 18, verse 17, where it says, for in 1 hour such a great riches came to nothing. Every shipmaster, all those who travel by ship, sailors, and many as traveling on sea stood at a distance, and cried out when they saw smoke of her burning, saying, what is this great city? And they threw to dust and shook their heads and cried out, wailed and wept. And last, the great city in which had ships and sea that became rich in her wealth, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. So it just kind of reminds me, like, I know the U.S. does a lot of importing business, as far as importing from China, which now China has this financial situation that happened. So it's kind of interesting. So thought I'd just share that. That's about it, and maybe you guys have more insight as far as what's happening. Also, I have to pin out about September. I know those of you who've heard of the Shemitah that's happening, Shemitah that Jonathan Kahn wrote. He believes that there's going to be a financial collapse that's going to happen in September, which is the Shemitah. And there's another article that said about China ending the U.S. dollar, but right now China's having a financial crisis, so I don't know how that's going to pin out. Also, there's a lot of things aiming towards September, as I mentioned with my other broadcasts about the blood moons and also asteroids and stuff like that. So something's gearing toward that. But here we are in July when this just happened with the China stock market crash. Away overnight, or maybe does, I don't know. But somehow it's going to affect us. So just to let you know, God bless you guys.
Please subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. You can visit us on www.therealthingming.webs.com.